So the next step is for you to choose one card that represents a feeling, a state of mind that you would like to have more of, that you would like to really feel strongly.
Well, that's my tree.
Okay. So when you're really feeling connected to your tree, what does that feel like in your body? So how does your body feel? If you were just to take a minute and just become aware of your breath and center, what is the feeling in your body when you really feel connected with that sort of special dimension that the tree represents?
Well, I really have a feeling of calm energy coming from the tree to me.
And where do you feel it in your body, and what is that like?
It's kind of all up and down. It's almost as if I'm leaning against the tree.
Okay.
And it's transmitting this energy to me. It's not exactly energy, it's like healing.
It feels like healing?
Healing, yeah, up and down.
So take a minute just to stay with that sense of that healing feeling that's flowing to you and through you. Maybe just let it go to all the parts of your body that you would like it to. And then if there was a word that would express what you're feeling now, how would you describe it?
Balance and peacefulness.
So a sense of balance and peacefulness.
And wellness. Especially concentrating in my core.
So you can just feel that balance in that.
The calming down of the
core.
The lungs, the digestive system.
So take a few more seconds to just breathe that. And then could you imagine maybe looking at that picture of the tree, and maybe in the mornings or some other time of day that you would like, just sort of taking a few minutes to connect to it and to connect to these feelings again?
That would be good. It would kind of set the day in a good way.
Okay.
Because it's very easy to forget about it.
Yeah.
My manager comes in and starts making lists.
And one thing you might do is just give your manager the job of helping you to remember and to creating a little space and to negotiating with your manager what's the appropriate amount of space and what's the time of day when that might work best.
Right. Yeah, she could actually have a little outline of maybe like when I wake up, and then maybe sometime during the day, and then when I go to sleep at night.
Okay, so she's already got some ideas about how you can work that into your day.
Working on her clipboard.
Okay.
She always has a clipboard.
Okay, so she's ready to help with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just making lists of things to do.
Right.
Maybe making space for this.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a good idea.
All right, so maybe just take a minute to finish that and to thank her and to thank your other parts and let them know that that's a resource for all of your parts to connect to this tree.
So the tree is next to me. The manager's on the other side of the tree, but close. And then the helper part is sort of like next to the manager, reminding the manager, you need to do something for other people.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking about the other three parts, the parts that are sad and scared and upset.
Yeah.
And actually I can almost visualize them at the end, at the other side of the semicircle.
So like a semicircle around the tree, around you?
Around me, yeah. And I acknowledge that they are trying to warn me about dangers and to react to them and feel sad. And like you were saying in that video you did about the inside out parts, it's fear and sadness are warning us about things, and that needs to be acknowledged. So So they're there. I'm not trying to send them away. The good parts, I'm not trying to overpower them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all sort of there. It's kind of nice, little assemblage.
Great. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So do whatever you need to do to bring that to completion for right now.
I lean on the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and I thank the rest of the parts. And I will keep them with me as I
Okay.
go through the day.
Okay.
Very good, yeah. It's very good.
So thank you. Thank you for
Thank
turning
you.
this little exercise into a little mini parts work session.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I invite you also to use this in whatever way works for you, and to, when you find the part of you that, or the resource that you want to connect to, a really good anchoring thing to do is to imagine that state in your body. And I like to breathe into it and feel the flow into it. And you know, all parts have like 4 dimensions to them. They have this physical body dimension, the emotional dimension, the words that go with it, and then the image like it's represented in the cards. And we can bring our awareness to all of those dimensions. But I found especially for the kind of resource cards that carry a quality, it's really anchoring in the body seems to be important.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That was a different step than I might have done otherwise.
And it seems like by doing that, particularly with this card, it was kind of like awakening self in your system, and then you were relating to your parts from self.
That's true.
After
yeah.
that.
So then I was able to relate to the parts in a very non-defensive kind of way, or I related to each of the parts without having the other parts.
Right, not as a
battle.
manager or other parts that are kind of popping back and
Exactly.
forth.
You allowed that when you talked about the manager being able to help me.
Right.
And then that sort of was a way into, oh yeah, they all can help each in their own way. It wasn't anything I logically thought out. It was just something that evolved as you guided me
Okay,
through.
and so once the manager
that.
was acknowledged, it could be kind of supporting you even to return to this centered place.
Exactly.
Rather than jumping into the center itself.
Yeah, it wasn't competing with the tree. It was an ally. Yeah, yeah. That's very interesting because all that happened as you gave that guidance.
Yeah. Well, thank you. And so I invite you to use these in whatever way that you find useful, and you could share with me at some point through an email. I will give at the end of the video here, and I look forward to being in contact in other ways and sharing other videos with you if you're interested in connecting to those. So thank you.
Bringing back what you do enriches our experience immensely in this
Right.
whole work.
Right. There's one of the things that I like most about this IFS and parts work model is that each person brings their own special qualities and abilities to guide their own work.
Right, right, and it's enlightening for us.
For us to see.
Watch it,
Yeah,
to see
that's
it.
right. So our own self and awareness is strengthened by watching others work
Absolutely.
with themselves.
Right.
Right. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can get more information at our website, wingedheart.org. That's wingedheart.org. And you could write me at tom@wingedheart.org. On the front page of the website, you can also order cards. You'll notice it's towards the bottom of the first page. On the website, you will also find some other videos I've created, and I'll be placing more there in the future. So good luck working with your parts, and may the calm and compassion of the self be with you during this difficult time.